Well, Lamar Jackson, he not only quieted the critics picking up his first career playoff win last weekend, he's been absolutely on fire as of lately. In this week's Burleson, I'm going to show you how Lamar has taken his game to a whole nother level. All
right.
Shout out to Keegan Michael Key. That's an old school Mad reference right there.
Mad
TV,
bro.
TV. All right, but what the Bills need to do in order to keep him under control, I'm not sure you actually can. So let's break down some footage and show you how good he has been. All right, so Lamar Jackson, the play of the weekend, the 48-yard TD run. Now, here's the scheme. You're going to see two in-breaking routes. This is 3rd and 9. Keep in mind, he has a seam route down the middle. But what is he going to do once the pocket collapses? He sees exactly where he wants to go with the ball. Good defense, all right? He has all of his receivers covered. You're going to see Jeffrey Simmons, the D tackle. He's going to come free. And Jeffrey's going to try to take a shot like the butler on Fresh Prince. And Lamar says, nah, I'm good. He has a lane. Once he sees this lane, and this is where he is the most dangerous, he has better vision than we give him credit for. Because of his speed and his ability to outrun angles, he knows exactly where he needs to go. And from here, he gets busy. Now check out the angle right here. You would think an NFL player, right?
A defensive back, no less.
Defensive back, the best of the best, fast, paid to stop individuals like that, would have an angle on Lamar and tackle Lamar. No. He turns on the burners like he's cooking on the stove, and it's an easy touchdown. I'm going to show you a different angle right here. How about this pylon cam? Oh, man. Hey, listen, when I first got in the league, about 2003, 2004, I said, they should have hit pylon cam.
Did you say that?
You know what? I should have went out there and created it.
TM.
That's just a message to all you guys out there. If you have an idea, go ahead and put it out there. But shout out to whoever did put the pylon cam out there. But once again, though, Lamar Jackson, great decision making, because here is the RPO. He can hand it off, he can keep it. And we know about, shout out to Nickelodeon, the Legends of the Hidden Temple, right?
No doubt.
This is QB of the hidden football. Lamar Jackson does such a great job of putting that football in the pocket of the running back, and fooling the defense. And then he lines up with the linebacker, and then once he has his eyes on the linebacker, he do whatever he wants. And once again, you'll see it. He puts it right in the pocket of the running back, and then he knows where he got to go. And here's the thing. This is the game ceiling, so what does he do? Smart player. Stays in bounds, slides, right? Keeps the clock ticking. This is all the evolution of the smart Lamar Jackson. All right, once again, look at his vision. Who is he looking at?
Okay.
Against Buffalo, week 14, right? 2019. So look, where's he looking at? He's not looking at the running back. He's not looking downfield. He's looking at the defensive linebacker. And once he finds out that the linebackers has committed to the running back, you see Mark Ingram, he knows that he has an angle. Even though the linebacker has a couple of steps on Lamar, Lamar knows I can outrun you with the leverage that you have. Gets upfield and protects his body. You remember when we said, I don't know, Lamar's kind of slight. He's going to take a lot of shots. He's not going to last a year. Lamar knows how to take care of his body. Once again, quick stiff arm, slides up inside the block. What does he do? He's not going to take an unnecessary shot. That's why he's remained healthy for so long. Okay, but it's not just the run game. It's the pass game, too. And this pass is beautiful. This isn't your traditional drop back. Let me throw it over the top like a big statuesque quarterback. Look at the small window. You have a spot route by Hollywood Brown. Look at the angle. A sidearm, like frat boys playing Frisbee on the quad.
Yeah, like a shortstop almost.
It's ridiculous. You know, I was talking to Phil Simms. You know, I work with him on Sundays, and I said, why does he do this so much? He said, because it's a norm. You know, the guys used to do this, and we used to clamor about it. Look at Brett Favre with the sidearm pass. Lamar Jackson does this majority of the game, because some of these windows, that's the only way you can get the ball out there. Okay, now you'll see a motion. This is week 14, 2019. Now it gets tricky, right? A bootleg. Lamar Jackson running to the right. If you're a defense, you are panicking, because all you want to do is stop Lamar Jackson from getting to that pylon like we showed you before. What does Lamar do? He sees the angle of 3 guys, almost 4 or 5 if you count the DBs. He says, you know what? I know they're going to follow me. Let me pull up. Let me just throw this dime to my wide receiver that's wide open because I attract some attention. Once again, look at how many guys are following the flow of Lamar Jackson as a wide receiver comes open. And this is what makes him special. He doesn't panic. He's not one of those quarterbacks that gets in the pocket and his helmet is bouncing up and down. He doesn't have those moments where he's sugar high Lamar Jackson. He has reached a point in his career where he knows he can drive back, survey the scene, go through his progression. I know I can take off if there's a gap. But more importantly, I could fit this ball in any window because I can also throw it. If Lamar Jackson is in this pocket, he's tough to beat. This isn't playoff Lamar Jackson. This isn't answered a few questions Lamar Jackson. This could be Super Bowl Lamar Jackson.
Ooh. Nate, you played against Michael Vick. You were on the same field as him. He used to hear the same stuff. He should run more. He should run less. He should stay in the pocket. We've been doing this for 3 years with Lamar.
Yeah.
Where do you come out now, especially going to this weekend? Should he run more? Should he run less? Where do you come out?
Yeah, there was a moment in the middle of the season where I looked at the camera and I said, Lamar, just run the ball. Just take over. I mean, it's LeBron on a fast break. You have to be that guy that embraces the unanimous MVP occasionally, and I think he's started to do that. And it's okay. It's okay if you want to be selfish on the football field. Drop back and see that you don't have to force the ball downfield. He has a superpower. He needs to use it. It's kind of like Vince Carter in the beginning of his career. Dunk as much as you can.
Go down and dunk every time.
And then when the knees go out, then you can work on the mid-range and start working on your back to the basket.
If the Bills do contain him in the run game, which they might easily, do they have the weapons to get it done through the air? I talked about Marquise Brown last week, looked awesome. Do they have the weapons? Because the Bills do. They have lots of guys to go to. Does Lamar have that at his disposal?
For sure. Lamar Jackson does. And, he has running backs that can catch out the backfield, tight ends that are phenomenal. I don't believe they get enough credit. And Marquise Hollywood Brown, he's got over the yips and started catching the ball very well.
We're drooling over the Ravens and Lamar. They scored 20 points last week. That won't be enough to beat the Bills. If it gets to that point, if it gets to a shootout, if it gets to 35-32, if it gets to 42-39, and I know Ravens' defense has been great, can Lamar do enough through the air in a big spot in a big game when Josh Allen, has a cannon and is going to be able to throw for 4 quarters until midnight on Saturday?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I believe that Josh Allen is built to play in those conditions. One thing we haven't talked about, which is a variable, Lamar Jackson won't slow down in these conditions. Now,
No? What if it's a wet
He didn't look very confident about snow. He's like, I hope it doesn't snow.
Yeah, you can question, his ability to throw in these conditions because we haven't seen it. Lamar Jackson hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
But you have to account for the fact that he's going to be faster than everybody else playing in those conditions. You remember when I played against LaShawn McCourt
It's
in the
harder
snow?
to tackle someone than it is.
It's harder to tackle someone who's faster than everybody. And that right there is the X factor.
Hey, you got your homework done early.
Yeah, nice.
My homework done early.
You got a stress scale coming up, though.
More homework, guys.
Yeah, it's a little stressful, right? Yeah, we'll talk about that. Did Mike Evans provide a little bulletin board material, or is he just telling the straight-up truth? We'll let you hear what the Bucs wideout said up next. Robert Saleh, what's going on?
Okay, so Tom just broke it down wonderfully, but let me go through the actual travel here, because this is like a reality show how this is going on. So
Amazing
Robert
race.
Saleh flies in from San Francisco to New Jersey. He's going to do an in-person meeting with the Jets. It starts yesterday. They go all morning, like 7 hours, this meeting with the Jets ownership, all right? As he's leaving, he gets a call. There's a private plane waiting for you. The Eagles want to interview you in Palm Beach while you're already on the East Coast.
Interesting.
Hops on the plane. Jets fans wondering, do not let him get on that plane. This is what happened with Kingsbury. He got on a plane to Arizona, and Jets fans are freaking out. Saleh last night lands in Palm Beach, has an interview with the Eagles last night. They start meeting. Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie. Saleh goes 7 hours with the Jets, hops on a private plane, flies down to Palm Beach, interviews fully with the